So paperwork and fraud in the insurance industry is a massive problem. In insurance alone, $375 billion a year is wasted because of paperwork, because of claims processing not being digitized. In trade finance, over $40 billion a year is lost due to fraud. A lot of that related to insurance contracts, and a lot of the times the insurance companies are the ones responsible for paying out on these policies. This is what trade finance looks like today, and one of the major players within trade finance is the insurance agency. The insurance agency issues documents insuring the cargo as it's being shipped from exporter to importer. This is actually a simplified version of what the trade finance cycle looks like. A lot of it is still paper-based. It's still very intensive as far as manpower. A lot of the time, the documents themselves are being shipped, physically shipped all over the world. Sometimes they arrive later than the goods actually arrive, and a lot of the goods that are being shipped are not being insured properly, or you can't tell whether or not they've been insured properly because the documents haven't arrived yet. So my name is David Moskowitz. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Attores. This is my second startup in the blockchain market. My first one was a Bitcoin brokerage that I sold in 2015. Originally started that in 2013. I have about 20 years of experience building products and selling things online. And I'm also a board member of the local cryptocurrency and blockchain association called Access. My co-founder, Garang, is an awesome blockchain developer, one of the few in the world. He has a deep knowledge of writing what's called smart contracts on the Ethereum platform. He has experience with fintech, experience with AI, experience with all sorts of different technologies regarding blockchain as well. So I've been on TV before. You can trust what I'm about to tell you now. So the main idea of what we're doing is to replace a centralized registry with the blockchain. So the blockchain allows you to have a central source of truth that instead of shifting papers around from party to party in individual silos, what you're doing is you're replacing it with a centralized distributed ledger system that is able to take the information from each of the parties and share them when necessary with each other in a secure manner. This is also called distributed ledger technology, but we just call it blockchain. So at Attores, we enable the secure sharing of data and documents between parties. We use smart contracts and blockchain technology to do this. I'll show you a quick demo of the system in action here and explain it as it goes along. So this is our interface here, and we're going to go ahead and create a marine cargo policy, which is one of the documents that you need when you're issuing a letter of credit from the bank. So on the right side, we have the actual template, and on the left side, we have the variables of the policy getting filled out. These variables are going to get entered into what's known as a smart contract and then deployed onto the blockchain. So it's now been deployed into a smart contract. You can see the blockchain address. I'm going to go ahead now and accept it or digitally sign the contract as the person issuing it, as the insurance company or the broker. And now what I can do is invite the assured to come on and sign the account as well. So now the assured has signed that they've accepted this policy. And what we're going to do is invite them on. You can see the assured is now going to sign, and it's going to change the state of it. So now they've signed, and both screens, the assured as well as the broker screen, has now been updated to reflect that. And we can, of course, see the status of the contract in our visualizer here. So we can see the insurance company here. We can see the client here. And we also have space for the regulator, local regulator, MAS, if necessary. Now, what can happen is the assured party can add the bank as a viewer to this policy. So what this allows you to do, and this is really the brilliant thing about blockchain technology, is you can look at the policy itself, see who signed on to it, and see and verify that it's actually been issued by the insurance company. So this proves what's known as provenance, which is the origination of the document itself can be verified. This is a straight-through flow of how it all works. Insurance company creates it, client signs it, invites the bank to view it, and then again, they can trace it all the way back to the issuer. So this has application in marine cargo insurance. It could also have application in insurance claims, where you have the hospital issuing what's essentially an e-receipt, the patient then signing onto it saying, yes, this is an accurate receipt, and then the insurance company can then view it and verify instantly and digitally that it has been signed by the client, it's been issued by the insurance company, or I'm sorry, it's been issued by the hospital, and then they can go ahead and do their straight-through processing on that. They can go ahead and pay out the claim very quickly. This is especially useful for small dollar claims where it's a very paperwork-intensive thing, and the cost of just processing that paperwork is actually oftentimes more than the claim itself. So this will help save money for the insurance companies. So our system allows you to have fine-grained access control over who can see the policy, who can sign the policy, and who can view the policy. We use public-private key pair infrastructure to secure everything. What's nice about blockchain is it has this built-in auditability. So you can see the transactions, you can see not the transaction data itself, but the fact that the data has been entered into. You can verify the fact that the transaction has happened at a specific point in time, and it's incorruptible. In other words, you can't change that data once it's been entered into the blockchain. It's there for all time, so it's irrevocable and it's provable. So our system is a blockchain middleware provider. We don't build blockchains. What we do is we sit on top of the blockchain and we provide an interface for the institution to communicate and write and read off of the blockchain and invite other people to write and read off of the blockchain. So we have a provisional patent on the deployment engine itself. We have a deep knowledge of blockchain as well as very good connections with financial institutions and government. We have a very strong roadmap to make our company successful. As we plug along with our POCs, we have a couple of POCs in the works with financial institutions and insurance companies, as well as now we've launched a prosumer version of the platform, so you can go ahead and go ahead and use it for your own PDF signing digitally. And I'll show you that demo in a moment as well. So right now we're looking for seed funding. We have an open commitment of $200,000. We're looking for another $550,000. We're estimating this to last us about 12 to 18 months. That's the end of the presentation. I'll go ahead now and just do a demonstration of the signing platform itself. Version of the site here. Sorry, the colors are a little bit off on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and upload a PDF. It's going to upload it, automatically generate the title for me so I don't have to type it in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and digitally sign this now. And what I do is I just place it on the document where I want to sign. So for example, I would just sign it over here. And I can now just finalize the signature. Uh-oh. Yeah, bug. Okay, so now what it's doing is it's deploying the contract onto the blockchain. So now what it's doing is it's actually taking the contract, hashing it, and deploying the information onto the blockchain. So we now have a record of it. And I can go over here. And you can see the hash of the document. You can see here that I've signed it and the transaction information. So this was what makes it legally binding, is the fact that we've also recorded all this information about the signing itself. Thank you very much.